Going to be moving on to Cash now, which historically it is going to be BMG that could come out on top. Will we see a second 2-0 here, or can Ubinited, who on their technically an American map, I'm not sure if we can call it that these days, will they have something up their sleeve?
Hopefully. Considering it was a 16-0 at one point, they need to find something to depend on, I think, something that they feel comfortable on, because I feel that once they got going, they actually weren't all that bad. They weren't that far behind, but just some of the 1v1s and just some of the situations that it came down to are so against them. But still, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Zaz was such a huge factor in that last game, and I don't know if Cash will really allow to find that sort of form in this. As we said, if there's going to be any map, it has to be this one for the American side.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. Of course, you have to look to that previous matchup. You only need to look at the top of the scoreboard for the likes of Zaz, who was absolutely dominant. The game is going to get underway, though. We will be having a knife round again to decide which side the teams will begin. And it's hard to call on Cash these days. I guess you kind of want to start on the CT side, but it's really pretty even, this map these days.
It is. It certainly is, especially with the amount of work that's gone in towards the CZ and Tech 9. It can all be evened up. And anyway, we are live into the knife, and obviously I think they'd prefer to start on the CT side just out of comfort alone. However, let's see what they got going on here. Knife. Last time it was won out by BMG, right? Or was it Ubinited? I can't remember, actually.
It was BMG.
Okay, so
they
BMG
chose
got
to switch it, yeah. And it's looking like they may... Whoa, I was about to speak too soon. And again, Zaz is still alive. And would you believe it? She's actually clutching with a knife. She's got two already. And Zaz going to try the sneaky tactic. Almost worked. Got Zaz down, but it is going to be BMG once again with the knife. We saw the same thing with CM Storm actually losing out the knife round, but winning out on the pistol round at the start of every half. Let's see BMG. I think they're going to choose to stay on the CT side. And that will be the advantage of some variety to the CT side. Only very slightly, though.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this goes, though. I think this is a map that Ubinited should be comfortable on. They should be able to play a decent game. This was their choice, so they are just swapping sides, I believe, and we'll begin this one underway. So T side will be Ubinited, CT side will be BMG. It's what we'd expect here. 1-0 up to BMG overall. Their first map, their performance was rather dominant on Mirage. Let's see if maybe Ubinited can change something here. Potter, Miss Harvey, Dim, Die, and Goose looking to change this. And well, here we go.
Yeah, for BMG it is Sonia Vilga, Giuliano, Irene, and Zaz. And well, they won the CT pistol side over on Mirage. Let's see if they can do the same, or whether Ubinited will manage to push in. This is a good, solid defensive position. This is what we've seen with BMG. They tend to hold very deep on the defense, almost, I guess you could say, Fnatic-esque from Zaz here, holding that deep angle that often we'd see the likes of JW hold him. It's going to be Giuliano giving the information on mid. They had four-man stacked around the B side, trying to cover off those angles, but they know they're going to have to make tracks to try and get in towards this A side. Zaz tries a couple of shots. Doesn't manage to get any heads. Miss Harvey was tagged up, but that's about really all. And Ubinited with that bomb plant in should be able to hold this one off, unless BMG can pull something out. Zaz goes a peeking around the corner, doesn't find anyone in quad, but there is one around red box. Will manage to get the tag on, but not the frag. Vilga and Irene will, though. They're going to come around from A main, almost shooting each other there as they do catch Dim. And now Irene, the last person standing, pushes through, gets one. Can she get the second? She chases around Forklift. No, Goose will hold on. And the pistol round goes to Ubinited, possibly the first of many. Let's see how this one rolls out.
Yeah, it is so important for them to get that on the board, just to kind of forget almost that previous round, or map, should I say, rather than round. It's so important for them mentally to get on the board, saying, okay, guys, we can do this. This is a map that we are good at. It's our map choice. And looking at the CTs, they expect this one to be quite one-sided. There's a little pop flash from Giuliano. I assume she's going to pop flash Zaz in towards A main. I'm not too sure, actually. Slowed down a little bit. And Zaz, yeah, just slowing down to see if they hear anything first. And the pop flash did go, and there's the peak. Nothing going to come of it. There's a player a little further back, which is Potter, and I'm not sure if Potter spotted Zaz crossing or if they actually were aware of it, but all in all, Ubinited very well bought up here. Head armor, AKs, Galils, they're pretty solid on this one. They should have this in the bag.
Yeah, I think Potter, judging by the way she's peeking around this corner, probably caught the shoulder of Zaz, spotted it as she went around the corner. Not going to go too reckless into this one. They are aware they're up against the likes of P250s, which up close can do some serious damage, despite the fact they have got that head armor brought up. Vilga will get a quick dink over towards Dim, but not too much. Knows the position, holds out, tries to keep on towards those vents. Taking a couple of chance shots. Does manage to land another one, takes her health down a little bit, but she will get pushed out. Potter pushes on. That's the mid control, wrestled away by Ubinited. And Giuliano trying to hold off the truck, but this is SMGs versus pistols. Ubinited have a huge advantage in this battle. And now with a 5-on-2, BMG just pretty much forced into their own side.
Nothing to save. They're just going to go into it. And there we go. Nice clean round from Ubinited, planting. They're not losing a single player. That's the clinical rounds that they need, just to make sure they get on the board what they have to. Just the very basics sometimes will make a huge difference. Now I want to see if the CT side maybe buy something up and do a play, or one smoke there for Irene. They're pretty much assuming that this one will be a 3-0 to start with, and then they can turn around the first gun. Smoke up, maybe a counter boost. I'm not sure. Giuliano heading towards it. They're thinking about it. They're certainly going to look for it, and they might actually catch someone off here. Nade comes out, that's going to certainly slow him down, but looking at Giuliano and Irene, they are boosting up. They've split out 3 players. I think Goose kind of spotted that. It's going to make it very hard work.
Look at Dim's position as well. She's already been boosted on towards the red box in mid, and was expecting some sort of counterplay like this. But they haven't pushed on through, expecting maybe the rush around the back, but Ubinited still playing it very cautiously, very slow. That on-pin hand of Potter. He's already picked up a couple of kills in the previous round. We'll try and open things up. Giuliano did go looking for the kill. Unfortunately, found the crosshair of Miss Harvey with that Galil. Now Potter keeps on probing and probing at the forklift area. Vilga will hold off for now, and this is a rotate coming out. See, the molly from B. B is completely open, by the way. And that's where Ubinited are heading. Now they've got mid-control. Vilga and Irene taken down. Zaz pops around the corner, gets one down, can't quite find a head. Will get the second. Goose goes down. She is all on her own. Not going to make a third. But that was still enough to give Ubinited something to think about as they move into this third round, now that BMG will be picking up rifles.
Yeah, this is the big round. BMG barely invested into any of the previous rounds. They didn't really want to, and you're seeing the double orb. So Vilga and Sonya both running that. No head armor, just going to go with normal armor. 2 flashes, 1 smoke each. So not too bad all in all. They're fairly well done here. But looking at, there's still 2 Galils with the T side. So they're going to stick with those, not going to repurchase. And you can see Sonya's orb being put to work very early on. Already die goes down. Goose finds one back towards Zaz, and that's a good pickup. Possibly going to open up the bomb site. Cautious peek, follow the great shot from Goose. And we are seeing, certainly starting to keep your eyes on here as Vilga now starting to look around with the orb, trying to do what Sonya just did, but it looks like the T-side have got good control here. Smokes are down, they've already made it out. And Molly just falling a little short of the truck, but still, bomb down. It's all about the retake now for the CT side.
Vilga going aggressive through this smoke. Will get a quick chance shot through that smoke in towards quad. Finds Goose straight there. Double orbs making the way in, trying to get the upper, trying to get the advantage over the top of that smoke, but Vilga's spotted out by Miss Harvey. She'll get the kill, and it is all on Sonya in a 1v3. Will she choose to save this orb? It looks like she will. She's backed away from truck, already down in towards the B site, but you can see they're already trying to head her off. Dim is making her way straight to that B site. They might try and get around the side, but Sonya does keep Miss Harvey at bay, and will hold on towards that orb. But that's a 4th round on the board now on the T side for Ubinited. A good start.
Really good start. Huge round then, coming and taking the double orb away. Just going to stop that confidence getting a little too high on the BMG Swedish side, and it just doesn't feel they've really gone into the rounds just yet. The A executes going out for Ubinited have been so solid. Certainly looking tough for them to break in. And Vilga there with the 5-7 in mid. No boost this time, little pop flash for Sonya as she goes peeking towards A, but waiting was Potter, well aware of what was coming towards her, and that was just really well handled.
Yeah, fantastic start from Ubinited here. Once again, BMG tagged up. Vilga goes down. Dim has completely opened up the B side. One person staying. It is Irene with that P250, but they've already needed a position. Didn't catch her, so they might not be expecting this one. Pops out, gets 2 heads, tries to pick up the AK. Not quite quick enough on the weapon switch. And Goose gets the reply, but has the damage been done enough? It's enough to slow down Potter, that's for sure. They're going to try and molly out the B site. There's nobody actually in there, so they are delaying themselves. While Zaz tries to come around, but Potter was ready and waiting for it. It's all on Giuliano. Bomb plant still yet to go down. Giuliano hoping that somebody shows themselves to the right-hand side, but that molly square straight to the feet of Giuliano will force her away. And I think we're going to see a save once again for BMG.
Yeah, and I think Potter then just showing her experience more than anything, be able to read where they're going to put the orb, expecting it, holding the angle, and even then following up with a very important shot. So 3 managed to stay alive for the T side, keep those weapons, and I think Giuliano should be able to keep this orb as long as she doesn't go looking too far. I think she just got a glimpse of one. Potter again, fully aware of what's going on. Round on the board for Ubinited. That was very well needed again to keep building up, keeping that confidence pretty much sky high. And that's going to keep refreshing every time they do this. Every time they get another round, it's going to make them feel further away from that previous map where things just weren't looking so good.
So 5-0 the score. BMG now full buy. Once again, that double up setup being picked up by them. We'll see. Sonya's been getting some good opening over on this B site, but Ubinited have been successful in this time around. It's looking like we might see a bit of mid-play. Smoke's going out. Potter gets the opening frag. That is Sonya down. That is the B site. That's like a very aggressive play with the bomb in hand, actually, from Ubinited. So they're almost certainly going to push through. Miss Harvey straight through vents into checkers. Irene's going to get pressured here. Vilga does get one, but Irene's got the angle. Question is, can she get the frag? I don't think it's going to work out. Has to try and throw out pop flash, but instead the grenade will be enough to finish her off. And now Giuliano bounces a good molly on towards Ubinited. Tries to get a couple of look shots through the smoke. Zaz tries to take a peek through those vents, but every angle they try is already covered off by Ubinited. Giuliano taken down, and Vilga all alone once again trying to save that orb. And this is going to be a solid 6-0 start from Ubinited on T side.
Yeah, and we said this is one of the American maps for a reason. Dai then just finishing it off really well done. The T side here of Ubinited. Starting to look like they're enjoying themselves on the stage. The first map, it definitely wasn't the case. They looked pretty damn somber. However, here they started loosening up, look pretty chilled out, and it's certainly showing in their game style. 6 rounds up to the good against the 0 of BMG, who are now forcing into this couple of Famuses. They've still got the AWP, obviously, that Vilga went for. So, already, credit where it's due. There's a good reason we see that most European teams will ban this away from any American, or at least try and keep it away from them. Because at the moment, we are being pretty much shown some very, very good stuff here by Ubinited. And we'll have to wait and see if they can once again keep that up into this round. It's BMG looking to maybe try and stop the rot. Potter going for the opener, and Dai doing the same on B. But not going to find anything too quickly, as the CT side are playing fairly cautiously. For the Swedes, this is something new. They've been playing quite aggressively up until now. But at this point, I think it's time to slow down and take stock of what's really going on. It looks like we might be seeing another A smoke, maybe towards truck. Lined up. Dai there. Waiting on maybe 50 was the time they used to execute on Dust. Not this time. And 3 players towards A. 2 on site. Giuliano up on top of the catwalk. Zaz stuck on the bomb site. The flashes and mollies come in. This is looking like a nice round play. Giuliano picks up the double. Goose and Dim go down. And now look at Zaz pushes straight forward, but gets punished. Dai comes out of Squeaky, and this is much better play from the CT side. But can they hold this? Can they stop that plant?
Vilga's going to come around. Will should get the angle, catches the feet. Oh, but gets tagged out by Dai. That's the 3rd of the round for Dai now. Sonya is going to come around. They are going to try the pincer move from both angles. Will find one. Gets the drop down on towards him. Irene will pick up the kill. It's Miss Harvey left in a 2-on-1 situation with the bomb plant down. Gets Sonya down. Tries to go for the fake defuse, but that gives the exact position away to Miss Harvey, who comes around. But Miss Harvey will go down, and BMG will get their first round on the board. They forced for it. They absolutely needed to win it, and they did manage to close it out.
Yeah, not looking too stressed just yet, but I think that was quite a weight lifted getting that round on the board, 1-6. It's a very important marker for them. Just at least remind Ubinited of what they can achieve. However, Ubinited, that was still close. It was down to a 1-1. Bomb was planted. They're still absolutely fine in this. And let's see where they go to. Bit of a switch. So I'm looking maybe somewhere else for the opener. And Potter gonna have to go for the challenge here. I think Vilga is also AWPing, so they are just on the other side of these walls, just around towards the right side by the box. I assume they'll check it. However, slow round again from Ubinited. Just trying to find the opening more than anything. Trying to find somewhere to push. As BMG just wait very patiently. And Ubinited. Smokes are lined up for mid. This could be a 3-2 split. 3 through vents and pushing mid. However, there is a player waiting. It is Irene. The smokes are there. This is the push I've been waiting to see. And Miss Harvey take down Irene. That is B open. This is a beautiful strat that I absolutely love seeing. Potter does find Sonia, and this is looking like maybe they can execute towards B, but in their way is Vilga. But she has to land these shots, misses it. Ducked under, Potter won't. And now 3v2. This should be a round for the T side.
Yeah, Potter just ducking that at the prime time. Miss Harvey ready for Giuliano's push. And it's down to Zaz. She was the star player over on Mirage, but in a 1-on-3 situation, this is a tough ask, especially when Potter is holding that angle. The second she shows, she's going down. Oh, gets the tag on her, but takes her down to 1 health. Tries to back away. The grenade followed through from Dai. Will be enough. And that is the 7th round on the board. So despite BMG seemingly rescuing themselves something previously, they once again got completely shut out on B side.
And I think a big difference is how much Potter's stepping up here with the AWP. 9-3 already, really starting to land those shots and not only open the sides, but the amount of closes she's been doing as well. Really great to watch and see what she can bring here as well. Wait till there's an aggressive push through A main. It's happened a good few times. Giuliano opting not for it, but seemingly where is Nico? And here we go. Potter actually pushing up. She could be called out. Beautiful flash though. Gonna force Zaz back. And the T side can start gaining control towards A. Good nade to follow. CTs with just those pistols left in a real awkward predicament.
Oh, that's Giuliano being taken down at forklift. That's going to open up this A side a little bit. Goose has been free to walk through. Of course, this is just against pistols. Vilga may well get the head down. Tries to get on towards that AK. Miss Harvey covering it off though, which means she needs to stay tucked away. Zaz has helped out with Irene to get another important kill. We are in a 3-on-2 situation. It was briefly in favor of BMG, but Irene trying to get those shots off. Miss Harvey will get the plant down here. And now Dim running interference is going to find Irene as soon as she comes around, but close distance, that was a possibility. But it wasn't to be. The AK just too strong, up close and personal.
Yeah, and this is seeming like one of those strange games where it's just so map defining, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen anything else from BMG, and they always seem to be on an eco somewhere. And well, we're at 8-1. Huge scoreline for the American side here. Where can they take it now? BMG trying to switch something up. We've got a couple of players now getting a little bit more aggressive on the B side. Potter, look at the confidence now. Complete parallel to the previous map. Potter's starting to push forward and actually might catch out Vilga here on the angle. Doesn't land the shot, sadly. And Vilga will be able to back away, but the follow-up is perfect from Potter. And this is the difference here. Being able to open up every time and just have faith in Potter to deliver.
Yeah, smokes go down. And this is going to be an A push that's going to come from every single angle. You can see Short already covered off. Goose ready to pop out of Squeaky. Zaz is in a good angle here, though. If she can just stay out of Miss Harvey's vision, she may be able to pick something up as Dim comes around. Gets one down, spins back around, finds Goose as well. This is really good play from Zaz. The angle is working out well. Dai's about to peek around. Zaz tries to go for the third. She gets it. Giuliano picks 2 up as well. And that was a great defensive work from BMG on the A side.
There's no denying that Zaz is incredible. You put her in those situations, she will absolutely destroy anyone, and they just kind of played to where she was, and she's going to punish them. But still, 2-8. BMG need a lot more rounds on the CT side here. They need to build back pretty sharpish. But still, Ubinited looking for the B picks again. This time, 3-man stack here coming out. Potter going to go for the opener. Doesn't get it very close, however. Going to have that nade to follow through, and actually might catch on. No, they just about put away, and Sonia makes the most of it, takes down Potter. This is a huge difference this time now. And Sonia now stays pushed up. Maybe looking for more. I think they're aware of it. And Miss Harvey going to drop out the molly, and Dim will deal with Sonia, and it's back to the 4v4. Nothing really gained or lost here for either side.
Yeah, that laser accurate M4 had to be on point now, or Potter would almost certainly have landed the shot. Irene trying to cover off the angles on B side, but you can see on the minimap the rotation is coming through. Zaz is in position. She's gone very aggressive here, expecting this rotate to come. sits in the smoke. Now she would have heard the footsteps going through mid, I believe. And Vilga is ready. Look at this. They're coming straight into her crosshair. The bomb goes down, gets herself 2. And it is only Dai and Dim left. But Dim's already pushed through in towards Checkers. Irene flashes herself out, tries to get the angle. Doesn't quite get the vision though. Has got support just below. Doesn't need it. Gets the second. And now it's all on Dai. Onto sight, but look at this, the support coming from above. Giuliano is there. She's going to know exactly the position. Holds the angle. Zaz peeks around. Doesn't need it. Giuliano will get the kill. And the third round on the board for BMG. Fantastic work in the events there.
Yeah, nice to see them starting to find their way back into it. It took them a good couple of rounds, and now finally they seem to have found their footing. But 3-8, it's quite a hefty scoreline to turn around. But interesting buyout from the T side, 2 Tech 9s. Kind of something we saw similar to how Envy have been playing fairly recently, and maybe it's something to do with that. They can build something out of. Looking like they're going to head towards A. Goose being actually quite an important player in this match. She's really starting to find her own in comparison to a fairly quiet first one. And, well, bomb is loose. I'm just going to go for an A execute. They have invested fairly heavily. A lot of smokes, a lot of flashes. This is them actually going for this one. It's become more commonplace, I guess you could say. Smoke over. Here we go. Molly's heavy investment. And look at that damage. Giuliano is low, but let's see if they can make something work here. Giuliano just waiting out. Flash comes in. Boost goes up, and this could be different. This is going to change things. Up and over the top, Zaz goes. Can't get anything. Dai and Potter come up big. Denying the CT side any hold towards this as Vilga now spraying into smoke. Cannot make anything out of it. And the retake will have to come in.
Had to try and get those first shots in there. Zaz wasn't to beat. Just going to brief second to check and boost over and get the angle. You can see Ubinited doing a boost of their own at quad, covering off this defensive work. Irene makes her way through, gets one down, going to get tagged up and will get dropped by that boost from Potter and Dai. And now 9-3 on the board for Ubinited. A very good T side. We may well be seeing a third map here. It will be Inferno if we get to it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. There is still a couple of rounds left, and this is only the first half.
Certainly is. There could be anything done in the next one. I don't know about BMG, how they play just CT to T after having such a strong half on the first map. It's hard to read into what they'll bring, but Scout and a couple of P250s on with BMG. Not going to make much of that Scout, however. He goes down very early on, and Dai holding a very smart angle, followed up by Miss Harvey. And really well followed up by Miss Harvey, locking that one out. So Giuliano, last one standing. BMG will not really get much of anything into this gown, but, well, she at least got a gun away from Potter. But still, 3 managed to stay alive, keep those guns, and keep the scoreline looking very much towards the US side.
Very healthy, 10-3. First half lead for Ubinited. If you were to look back at match 1, it was pretty much 14-1 for BMG over on Mirage. So not the first time we're seeing a rather large score posted on the T side. Ubinited, though, on their map choice of Mirage, of Cash, sorry, seemingly a lot more comfortable. With Inferno as the third map choice, you've got to wonder which way that could possibly go if we were to get to it. We'll see what BMG have to offer in the rest of this half, though, because Ubinited so far seem to have their number. And this B push, once again, is coming out heavily with smokes. Irene holding steady, but being burnt out. Those mollies forcing BMG into a corner right now. They've been corralled. 2 people at one spot could go down, and that was easy stuff for Ubinited. They forced them into that corner, knew exactly where they were going to be, and just pre-fired into the corner. That will be a bomb plant down. Giuliano and Zaz, well, it seems they're going to try and go for it. They need to try and get lucky here, but Miss Harvey has the better of them. Potter keeps her eye on those vents. And it was another clean round. Not a person lost, not a rifle lost. Just a lot of mollies invested and doing their job. 11-3 for Ubinited.
Big scoreline, and that's got to make them feel good. Because after that first map, I think we can all agree, we thought that was pretty much done and dusted. But great to see them finding their footing here and living up to the American dream. But still, BMG getting aggressive again, nothing new. But this time already, Vilga does find the hit towards the others. Giuliano breaks through, finds Dim, and that's actually a very good start. The CZ still in practice here, and we've seen the damage these guns can cause, not opting to take this one lightly. BMG trying to make the most of this, and actually doing fairly well. Potter having to be sent away then with that 5-7, just getting a little too close for comfort, but Goose Breeder dealing with this extraordinarily well, and now 3v2. Potter does have the Zeus, just in case, you know, you never know what could happen. And Vilga and Zaz, the last two alive for the CT side. Two players who've been pretty solid. I'd obviously say Zaz has been the outstanding player so far, but Vilga has had some great moments with the AWP. Double on the first map certainly comes to mind. 50 seconds left. They've got the right bomb site here for the CTs. They know what's up. Vilga gets into a corner. Going to pop flash over. Well, not pop flash, but flash over. And catch him on the way through. And Zaz receives one. Gets the second. Zaz turning it on its head. And now just Potter left alive. 10 HP, 30 seconds. She's going to have to pull out a bit of a miracle here to turn this one back into the T-side's hands. But 28 seconds. She's struggling to find out where they are. Surely they won't peek. They have the bomb. They know everything they need to. And Potter, with probably the least ideal weapon here, going to try and find an angle. Zaz lays in wait. 15 seconds. And Zaz just around the corner. Oh my God, Potter almost had it, but it's Zaz to close it down. And that pistol was just unreal.
Flicked away. I wasn't sure there. Zaz just turned at the wrong opportunity, but does manage to flick straight back and get Potter down. So 11 for the first half, posting for Ubinited. A very good T-side overall. BMG are going to have their work cut out coming into this second half. They are one map up, though, over Ubinited, so they do have a bit of a cushion should they need to fall back to that third map. Of course, CM Storm, they picked up themselves the first semi-final, 2-0 over Olsen, the Polish home team. We're waiting to see who will be joining them in the final. Will it be BMG or will it be Ubinited? We'll find out as the second half gets underway.
Yeah, so far it looks like the third map is certainly on the cards between these two. Unless BMG have something in store, and I wouldn't put it past them. Still so talented. We saw what they can achieve with just pistols. Let's see what they can do now coming into the actual second pistol round. And they need to get this one going. They need to get this closer. And already BMG certainly have a plan in mind. One Tech-9 with Zaz. As we said, the Olaf almost of this team. Sonya, Vilga, both with armor, and Giuliano and Irene sitting there with just the Glocks and the flashes, being the more utility-based players, as we do see a bit of a fake out towards A pop flash and a smoke goes in. But it's certainly not where BMG are committing, and that's going to be towards the B side where two players are still standing for the CTs, as Goose does find Giuliano. Is going to force the T side to make that play. Vilga goes in. Smoke goes down towards CT. They're playing towards the side. Dim finds two on the way. Miss Harvey chimes in with a third. And this looks like the CT is surely going to pick this one up and really bring this one home. The knife comes out from Miss Harvey. Beautifully done.
The chance knife, it's always there. To be fair, they actually both went for it as well. They were both like, right, that's it, we're out of bullets, straight to the knife. Chucked that away, but wasn't to be. 12-4 now for Ubinited. Solid start to this cash side. Now, though, we're going to see what power these Tech-9s could have. It is going to be 5 members of BMG, all piling straight through into sight. They're on there quick, but this is expected from Ubinited. They are defending very deep over on the truck, and instead they're going to prefer to go for the retake rather than trying to hold the close angles.
And so far, the CT side are doing the retake rather well, but the Tech-9s will have their a bit of a range they kick into, and they become so damn strong. You can see it in action. Even Irene there getting a good bit of a work done towards Miss Harvey, down to 5 HP. And this might just turn Irene single-handedly doing some extraordinary damage, picking up 3 in the end. Turn the round on its head. 5-12 now. It's getting a little closer. That's what you need, just turning it a little early. And those Tech-9s, they do so much work.
Great work there from Irene and Giuliano combined. Single-handedly clearing out Ubinited, and those Tech-9s, as you say, doing the job, but it's down to the tactic as well. They pushed in, pushed on through very heavily, and they're going to try and do the same again here. Potter this time is about to pop out and suddenly go, ah! Lots of people all charging straight down. Those Rec-9s make their way through. Zaz covering off quad. Now have themselves a 5-man defensive situation. 12-5 the score. Ubinited trying to hold on here, but after losing that pistol, you've got to wonder how much effect it could have on the game. Ubinited, remember, started off very well. They got themselves 6 rounds back-to-back on the T side, so BMG looking to try to do the same. everybody from Ubinited waiting for those exit frags. But BMG, they're going the right way. They're going to avoid them. And they're going straight towards the CT spawn.
Yeah, Dim, I don't think he can even get something out of this, sadly. And will be actually left alive, which economy-wise isn't going to be doing her too many favors. However, BMG now have a pretty solid economy being made here. I wonder if they can actually invest going up, because I'm sure they can assume the CT side is going to be strapped for cash. So they can stick on this one if they fancy it. Investing into the AK for at least one, as they're opting to stick with just the Tech 9. Maybe going to try and drop a little later down the line for the warpers of the team. However, 6-12, as said, BMG building, but now Zaz getting a little aggressive, and maybe a little too aggressive then. Tim just finds her and just takes it down quite easily, and forcing BMG into a bit of a more aggressive play towards the B side. Players are waiting, and I don't think they're in the most standardized positions actually, and this could slightly catch out the Ts. Ready. Bomb is going down. CT side on the rotate around the backside. 3v3. Trying to go for the retake is going to be difficult, but they know where Vilga is. She's certainly on the site, so they can start pushing in. Hopefully try and limit who can stop them, but Vilga takes down Goose, and it's going to be the CT side rushing in. Dim gets one, but it's not enough. And the T side will get the round on the board. It's going to be BMG getting very, very close here.
Zaz on your screens there, doing a fantastic job in map 1, but right now it's all about Irene and Vilga. They are starting to post some decent scores for BMG. The fast play seems to be working for BMG. It's something we saw actually on the T side on the Mirage map, but this time around on Cash once again, they're going to try and pile on through. That smoke will slow things down, but look at this. 4 people already fast up A, jumping straight out of A main. And Potter with his up, potentially not really the right weapon. Does manage to get Sonya down through the smoke. Second chance of asking. Will get a second as well on Giuliano. And that is about all you can hope for an AWP in the corner. Pinned in quad. Zaz and Vilga get themselves one on the board. Zaz will get a second. Guns down around truck. Miss Harvey is going to try and get an angle through that smoke, but she's all alone now. And this is a 3-on-1 situation. I think it's simply a case of trying to get those exit kills once again for Ubinited.
Yeah, Miss Harvey just trying to save what she's got, really. I'm surprised if she makes it away from this. I don't think the teams will go hunting too far, to be completely honest. But still, BMG just looking so good individually. Again, they seem to be able to strive a little bit easier on the T side. Already, Monkey Gaming getting this very, very close here. You can see the focus is back on their faces. Last time it was kind of smiles and chilling out. This time you can see a little bit more of a stoic look coming down. And they are fully bought into this. Absolutely everything they need. AKs, they even got an AWP now on towards Vilga. And the CT side only really have Miss Harvey left there with the M4. And Potter with just a Molotov. So it's going to be a very hard round for the CTs to do any damage with. The T side get that execution right and keep playing to their caliber right now. We do have a counter move, so a risky move that sadly doesn't pay off. Probably the last person you want to meet on the other side was Zaz, who was waiting for Miss Harvey. So now just 4 of the girls remaining. I don't know if they can even make an impact into this round now.
I mean, it's a slow, steady rotate from BMG. Seeing if anybody else is likely to push through mid. They realize, of course, once somebody was boosted, there's likely to be a second lurking in and around that mid entrance, which is where Vilga is going cautiously. But look at this, trying to push around the side. Tim, not going to work out. The aggression countered by that of an AWP. Now the B side opened up. They've actually pushed through vents, trying to go through the mid. Sonya will get one. Potter was the recipient of AK-47 bullets. Sonya, meanwhile, with the bomb. This is a very chaotic split fray from BMG, but I think they realize we're up against pistols. Let's just chase them around the map. Die the last person. We'll try and get out towards Irene, but Irene is having a solid half so far on the T side. And now 9-12, considering it was 11-4 on the first half, this is starting to clock up again for BMG.
It's a worrying sight. They're such a good side when they get that momentum, and the executor on point, the individuals are standing up and really doing what it takes. However, now we're going to see the CT side finally with a little bit more money behind them, and they can actually afford to get an AWP. But M4, they can actually invest into this round, and I'm hoping they can actually find maybe a little bit of an opening here. Vilga goes looking almost. That was Potter then maybe was getting caught out, and this is a massive push towards A. Potter last time delivered. Can she do it again? Can she take a glimpse? No, Giuliano that time will get the kill. And there's a huge entry, but already 2 CT players getting themselves in towards the bomb site early here. BMG might struggle with this. Giuliano gets held up using the smoke well. And really, Ubinited are actually making this work. 2 left standing, Vilga and Zaz. Zaz breaking in. It's going to be Vilga to get the kill, and now just Zaz alive. Finally, Ubinited claim a round, and maybe pushing up a little bit closer into that smoke really helped them into it.
Solid round there. Ubinited now 13-9. Absolutely what they needed to stop the rot, effectively, of BMG. First round on the board as well for the CT side. Sorry, second round, they got the pistol. But the first round, certainly with the rifles. That will give them maybe a little bit of confidence, but we're seeing the double AWP now coming out from BMG. That's been countered instantly by Potter over on B site. And Vilga goes down. Solid defensive setup, it seems, from Ubinited. And maybe that's just the speed that BMG have been running in the opening rounds. Seemingly, it's been stopped dead in its tracks. It's something we actually saw with Envy yesterday as well. They started off so well, picked up the first 5 T rounds, went really fast against NIP, but then seemingly stopped their speed dead in its tracks and tried to switch across to slow play. And that's exactly what's happening here. Trying to get the picks, but Ubinited, they have the positional advantage. They hold the sights, they hold the angles, and it's BMG that need to go looking for it. Now with that bomb being picked back up, there is only 2 members of BMG back alive, but they are up against the boosted stack, actually, we're seeing Goose here over on this box, and Giuliano is going to be walking straight to the crosshairs. That will be an easy kill. And Goose now takes BMG down to just 1 person. It is Irene, as she pushes on towards the site. This is a thankless task when you're in a 1v5.
Certainly is, and I think she knows that, sadly. As well, she does get 1, but Potter stops her before anything can be built out of it, really. And you've got to say this has been Ubinited's game until it started to slip a little bit once BMG got rolling with the money on the T side, but you can see claiming it back now. 1 round away from map point here for Ubinited. And to take it into a third, we are still currently seeing BMG in the lead overall with the 1 map pick up earlier on. But at the moment, Potter with the AWP, she's been doing great so far, and I'm hoping to see her do it again. But it looks like Vilga's actually going, maybe searching solo on towards B side. We're going to see a split through towards B. A quick push from BMG could catch out Ubinited here. Dim managing just about to make the nade out, and already picks up Irene. It's looking like a good play so far, but Dim again finds another. Vilga goes down, and Miss Harvey is still there to support. This is looking so good for Ubinited.
Giuliano so far unseen just around the corner there. Miss Harvey will get it down, though. And now it's just going to be Sonia peeking around, jumps through vents actually, and manages to get a double. And now we're down to a 1-on-1 situation. Gooseberry, the last person standing for Ubinited, will come around, gets the angle, but doesn't get the frag. That had to land. And now Sonia's going to get the chance to get this bomb plant in. 50 seconds on the clock, all of the time. Gooseberry, she's going to go for the molly over the top, but it's a little bit too late, and Sonia's already got that plant in. Now, she knows she's going to be in that corner. That molly would have forced her away there. Does have the angle. And Goose Breeder comes away with 1 hit point. Will get the defuse in. And that is the 15th round now. Map point for Ubinited. Could we be seeing a 3rd map here?
It does seem like Ubinited on the verge of taking this to a 3rd map. Final round coming in on this map if they do get this under their belt. However, in their path, BMG still getting close. It comes down to 1v1s. It comes down to these very clutch situations that being scraped through by Ubinited, but not a bad thing to see. Certainly upping their game from the prior map. And let's find out. Round 25 coming in, both boards up. An important one for both sides. And Potter, nice little molly off. Just to slow him down, gets herself the pick as well. Really well played by Potter. That's the experience shining through, and that's Ubinited starting to feel comfortable here, starting to show what they can do. And overall, this is a much better performance. There's now just 2 alive. Should be dealt with swiftly as Zaz, last woman standing, 1v3, not going to get it. Potter's there. And a 4-piece in the end for Potter just to lock it down. Well played, and we are going to another map.
Yeah, the team captain showing them how it's done there on the final round. 69 overall. And Ubinited recover their losses after that Mirage first map. Devastation of a 14-1 first half. Back in it. And that's going to give them confidence. You can see what it meant to them. Now it is all on. Inferno will be the 3rd map. And of course, that's going to be coming up in a moment. But the Intel Challenge here in Katowice, it's all square. Of course, meeting them in the final will be CM Storm. They managed to take a 2-0 earlier on in the day. It is now all onto Inferno. What are we expecting?
I don't know. Cash is meant to be the American map. The American team won it, but the way Mirage was played out by BMG was like second to none. So I think this is BMG's game.
Yeah, well, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, it's going to be map 3 of this Intel Challenge semi-final. It is BMG 1, Ubinited 1. Who will take it? We'll be back in a moment.